be the cross players. Not now. Okay. Refresh. Because we're hosting Mr. Game and Travel at the moment. Refresh. There we go. I think. And we're now streaming. There we go. That's working. So let me check the old audio. That's why I talk so much, to make sure it's working.
It's like my premiere on Twitch.
There you go. Just start swearing and be horrendously racist for the next hour and a half. There we go.
Nice.
Start swearing and be horrendously racist for the next hour and a half. There you go. Live on Twitch. There you go, boys. That's cool. 0 viewers at the moment, but I will let you know when that goes up. So, what's the weather like where you guys are at the moment? So British, isn't it? Come on, Eamon.
So cold.
Are you warm? Are you cold, Jason? Like.
Oh yeah, freezing.
I don't think we've had it as bad as you guys. It's been in the early to mid-20s, so.
Oh yeah, I'll take that right now.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, that's hot for here, but Rich.
Currently 31 at 9 o'clock at night. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'm only in the next county across from you, Rich, don't I? So it's
You
about
are
the
indeed.
same.
I had to know.
Liverpool's it's 29 in the house at the moment, so that's pretty hot for here. I've not known many heat waves like this. As in, I think we've got to like 33, 34 before. But I worked in Bracknell for a couple of months in the summer, a couple of years ago, and just remembering it was just infinitely different compared to the heat waves when we experienced them in the north. Tis crazy. Tis crazy. Okay. Okay, so that is live. Just let me pop a tweet out. Oh, I already got one. But please do join in with us. Woohoo! There we go. There's people.
Mate.
Getting followers, and there's more people coming to watch us now. There we go. Oh. So it's as you can see on the screen at the moment on the feed, it is Black Bin Refuse in Liverpool tonight and this evening on a Tuesday. Yeah. So what bin is it for you this week? What night you watch?
I got a bit of blue tomorrow, so
A bit of blue. And what's blue?
Yeah.
Is that blue things again?
is indeed just water, all water.
The
No, it's
fact
just
that you
recycling.
think water's blue. Yeah, water's blue.
In cartoons it is. Fuck off.
Yeah. What is blue? Sorry, go on.
It's just recycling.
Right, okay.
Yeah, nothing exciting, I'm afraid.
Why is it not green?
So
That would make much sense, really, wouldn't it?
That's everything else, apparently. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, all the
How
stuff that's
bizarre.
burnable. So
You Kent people,
yeah, we're backwards.
we're weirdos.
Yeah. And then we've got the brown bin just for dog shit and dirt, so
For brown things.
and chocolate, of course.
Of course.
chocolate. So we've got black bins, which is refuse, because that makes sense. Then we've got green
yeah.
bins, which is for garden waste /
Yeah.
And then we've got brown bin for recycling. Yeah. Don't have any.
Really?
Don't have anything else. That's it. That's all we
Brown
get.
for recycling.
I know.
We
Weird,
have
is
a
it?
brown
Yeah.
food bin as well.
You have a food bin. We don't get a food.
Yeah.
Oh really? Wow, we have food bins too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
well.
food bins.
This is Liverpool, so we have no waste. Bring out your dead. Way. Jokes. Scumdet's here. Yeah, he's here. And then Benji Kong's just said Jason stole my look because I used a picture of Jason Statham. Jason instead.
Okay.
Ah,
I
nice.
thought I switched it up slightly. So there you go.
That's an
Olympic
improvement.
diver.
Yeah, Olympic diver. Yeah.
Is this when he had like hair like in the one, or is this current Statham?
I think it's probably about 6-7 years ago, Statham. So he didn't have hair, but he was still quite youngish. He's
Yeah.
quite old now, isn't he?
Yeah, probably what?
He could be in his
Early
late
50s?
50s, early 50s, late 50s.
I don't know. It can't be late 50s, surely.
Let's have a little look. Jason Statham. How old do you think he is? Eamon, how old?
I 55, 6.
55. Jason?
Wow. I was going to say 45.
45. Rich?
I'm actually gonna say 49.
49. He is 53 years of age.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like
so
Rosie Huntington-Whiteley's like what, 25?
let's do a very quick game here. So The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower. Yeah. Eamon?
Yeah.
Lower. Dwayne Johnson's 48 years of age.
Wow, he's 48.
Yeah. Next one. Vin Diesel,
Crazy.
higher or lower than Dwayne Johnson at 48 years?
Higher.
Higher. I think 50. Bang on 50.
Bang on 50. Yeah. All agree. Yeah. All higher.
I'm going to go lower.
Okay. No. It's 53 years. So, Jason, you're out, mate.
Jeez.
it.
Jesus.
That's it.
No way.
I know. Terrible. Okay. And Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, he's like mid
Oh, why
70s.
did I get that last time? I thought it was easy.
No. Sylvester Stallone. Eamon, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher. Yep. 74 years of age. Wow. Bruce Willis.
Oh,
Lower.
I would say lower.
Lower.
67.
Ooh, close. 65.
Jeez, these guys are so old. It's depressing.
And next one
know,
is Jet Li.
Lower.
Lower.
I'd say 54.
54 for Jet Li. 57 he is. Looks good
Wow.
for 57 though.
Mhm.
And final one for you. Okay. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Is he older or younger than Jet Li, who was 57 years of age?
It's
Come on,
older.
come on, chat. Jet Li, 57 years of age. Is Jean-Claude Van Damme older or younger?
Older.
Older.
I got 63, I reckon.
He is only 2 years older than Jet Li, and he is 59. There we go.
Wow. Okay.
Blimey.
Okay, there we go.
Did
Interesting.
you know, Ron Perlman is 70.
Is he? No.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm surprised by Jason Momoa. He's 41.
Wow.
And Chuck Norris is 80.
No way.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Ron
And,
Perlman looks so old, even in like Harry and the Hendersons. I can't believe he's, you know.
And Liam Neeson and Tom Cruise are the same age. That's pretty crazy.
Tom Cruise doesn't age. I mean, I reckon if
No.
I watched Mission Impossible, the first one now, I'd see the difference.
I
But
doubt
just,
it.
probably not.
Have you ever seen Tom Cruise's smile?
No.
His
I
teeth.
like watching him run. That's why I like watching Tom Cruise do his run.
So I'll show you his. I'll try and find this appropriate image, and I'll just put the watch screen on.
You need sunglasses.
No, it's not. Oh no, it's gone on the sun. I'm not allowed to look at the sun. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so let's find that image. Where's that image? There we go. So I'm gonna go onto the watch screen, and then I'm gonna have to scroll down a bit. Oh, screw it. So basically, Tom Cruise's teeth, his middle teeth are right in the middle of his mouth. So he's got one tooth there, right in the middle.
Mhm.
Really, really weird. So there you go.
Weird.
Very
Never
strange.
noticed.
No, well there you go. Should we get this mother started?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Right up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the button. Oh, hold on. Come on. I need something absolutely profound from someone before we start.
Ooh.
That'll do.
Kept you waiting.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good bloody well evening to everybody, and this is the CrossCast episode 4. I'm your host at Downward Tweets. I'm here with the barber himself at Dreamcast Barber. Rich, how you mate? You okay?
I'm alright. Yeah, a bit cold, but
Chilly,
yeah,
innit?
I'm getting by.
Yeah, it's chilly.
Freezing. Yeah.
What you drinking? What you?
Oh, here we go. Drum roll.
Here we go.
I'm drinking a Mama Wata by some Amundsen Brewery in Norway, and that is wait for it, a triple fruited monster pastry sour with raspberry, blueberry, mango, passion fruit, and marshmallows.
You are savage. Speaking of savages, we've also got Eamon. How you doing, mate? You all right? You good?
I'm all good, thank you, Dan.
Ah, wonderful. Wonderful. You look
Soaking up the sun.
soaking up the sun. Is it as warm in Ireland as it is over here, or?
Not too bad, no. Mid-20s for us here, so slightly less tropical.
Slightly less.
But it's about as hot as we can handle, so we're not
It's,
used to it.
it's terrible here in Liverpool. Yeah, it's about 29 degrees, so we're all sweating our faces off. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Made up to have you on here. And we've also got Jason Statham. How you doing, Jason? You okay?
Yes, hello, thank you.
Just really impressed with your fighting style, and we just were so happy that you came on the podcast. We didn't want to do, anything fancy with you, but we thought we'd just get on. Jokes aside,
Yeah,
cheers, mate.
Wait.
Incredible.
Right.
So yeah, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit, Jason? Because you're obviously not Jason
Hello.
Statham, and your webcam's not
No.
working. So
I mean, I do look like Jason Statham, so it's pretty good.
I'll go with that. So who are you? What you doing here? Come on, mate. Give us some context. I want context.
I know.
Give us the deets.
Give us the deets. Hello, my name's Jason. I live in Essex, and I like video games.
Ooh, that'll do. And you
I know,
are
right?
you are one of our latest patrons as well. So thank you very much, my friend. Really appreciate it.
worries.
You're in
No
our
worries.
WhatsApp group. Are you enjoying it at the moment?
I am indeed. Yes, my wallet may not be enjoying it as much,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hold on, we're not whoring ourselves out to you here. We're selling games basically because there's quite a few people in the group that are proactive in, let's say, finding deals online. Our good
that's
friend
right.
Andrew Rich, I think he's probably the worst of the bunch, but Mark pretty
Yes,
much got
indeed.
everyone to buy an Xbox, so not great. He's in the chat as well, which is even worse. Okay, so other than the giant picture of Tom Cruise I've got on my screen, which I'm going to have to delete here. Yeah, so we are the cross players. This is the CrossCast. This is the first time that I've hosted. Lewis, this is far more difficult than I remember. We're going to talk into your ear holes now for about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. We don't know. Could be anything. Who the fuck knows
we'll see how
anymore?
well it goes.
Let's see how well it goes. If it
Yep.
goes really bad, believe me, I'll be wrapping this fucker up very, very quickly. We're going to go through a couple of sections that we've been thinking about for you today, all segued beautifully with a load of shit videos, which I find hilarious still, even though I was the one that created them because I'm a narcissist. And we're going to dive straight into the newsy news. Oh, no, shit, no, we're not. What we're going to do is we're going to go into crossing streams first because I thought this would be fun. So crossing streams is our idea to promote a content creator that we really, really like every single week that we stream. And the choice this week is Big Bobby, aka the Nintendo Guru. Bobby's been a massive friend of the show since we started the Switch Island. He literally just engaged with us on Twitter. Bobby's got a really massive following compared to what we had, and just put an arm around us immediately, brought us onto his podcast, calmed us down, gave us a load of advice from an editing perspective and what we should try and do. He's just an all-around lovely guy. One of the very first guys that we had on the Desert Island cartridges. Ben, you probably remember which episode more so, but I think it was one of the first times I felt genuinely starstruck. But where you can go and find Bobby, he's over on twitch.tv/Nintendo Gurus. You can find him on Twitter @Nintendo Gurus, or you can go on youtube.com/Nintendo Guru. So there you go. I know he's really pissed off because he can't get Guru in absolutely everything, and I know that vibe. That's a really, really shit way to go. Do you guys ever watch any of his stuff, or have you ever caught up with him online?
I have not, no, and I've been meaning to, so this probably would be the perfect time.
Yeah, he's just a properly lovely guy, and he's just really, really keen to I think send the elevator back down to people who are like really, really small content creators, because he's kind of come from the same. And don't get me wrong, we're all not like massive at what we do, but there's still like very much levels. And I think because he's jumped up a couple, he's always willing to be lovely and kind of like drop in and be very, very helpful. So and we were on Discord the other week just playing a couple of games of Rocket League. Ben, myself, Carl, and a few others, and he just came in the game and he was just chatting to us. He was just on Discord, just in a group. It was really, really lovely. So
That's nice.
there we go, and that's all the
guy.
wonderful stuff about Bobby. So
I think, sorry Dan, I think his pick for the Desert Island cartridge was Animal Crossing too. So
yeah, he came
had the
really.
foresight there.
He did. He had a really good foresight, and I think his story that went with it as well was really. It was like bittersweet, kind of romantic as well, because it was his ex and it was their game. And one of the questions that Ben and I always used to ask is, well, you know, what resonated with you at that moment in time for this to be your favorite game? And his answer was just completely perfect, and it was unscripted. It was just out of nowhere, and yeah, it's a great choice. So good on Bobby, and now I think he's blown up YouTube with his Animal Crossing videos as well. He's constantly throwing stuff on there, so it's good. Should we jump into the news, chaps? I'm not going to do the massive. Shall I do the video? Shall I?
Yeah, why not? Go it.
Yeah,
It
do
looks
it.
good. Do it.
Fuck it, why not? Here we go.
It.
Oh no, that's not the video. That's just me. Hold on. Switch sales and Animal Crossing numbers. Xbox Series S leaked by a controller. Wow. Series X is now coming in November, but no Halo at launch. And Spider-Man is stuck to Sony and the Avengers beta. That, chaps, that is all of the news that we are going to go through right now.
Very meaty.
Oh, it's got some girth, that news. Number one, so Switch sales and Animal Crossing numbers. So has anybody actually been keeping up with the kind of the latest sales numbers for Animal Crossing? Because it seems rather good.
It's like a 1 in 3 like install base, isn't it? So for every Switch, or every 3 Switches, someone owns Animal Crossing.
That's insane. So just going down the numbers very, very quickly, I'll go from the bottom upwards. So New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe has sold 7.44 million pieces. After that, Splatoon 2, 10.71 million. Super Mario Party, 10.94. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, 12.2. Super Mario Odyssey, 18.06. Just round it up, 18.1. Pricks. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, 18.22. Again, like what they do. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, 18.6 million pieces. Then Super Smash Brothers on 19.99. Come on, Nintendo. I'll give you that. If you want to put that to 20, just fucking do it. And then after that, in second place, by the way, Animal Crossing New Horizons at 22.4 million pieces, slightly below Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 26.74 million. So, really, when did Animal Crossing come out? What month was it this year?
Was it March or early April? I think
It was end of March.
Yeah, right in time for lockdown.
So
It was.
it's basically been out 2.5 years longer than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and has sold 95%, well, let's say 90% of the same sales as Mario Kart 8. That's insane. It's absolutely crazy. Has everyone here picked it up?
Oh yeah.
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 Well, I mean, how long did you put into that game? Just out of curiosity.
I think I must have done maybe around about 45 hours. Then I just dropped off.
Ooh.
So not super long.
Yeah, I'm the same. About the same. I didn't even finish it. I don't think I didn't get KK Slater to my island.
I got
Wow.
KK. Yeah, I got him there.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Did-
I've sunk 255 hours into that bad boy.
Nice.
You sounded so
dedication.
depressed when you said that. I've sunk
know, right?
255.
It's the most I've ever played a game. It's crazy, but like you say, it came out at the right time. We was all stuck at home, so apart from homeschooling the children, what else could I do?
Quite literally was the right time to put 250 odd hours into a game. I think the only time I've ever done that with anything is with probably FIFA, one of the like 17 or 18 that was really good at, and then
was the
with The Witcher 3 as well. I put a stupid amount of hours into that and all of the DLC that came with it. So I think it was probably similar to 250 hours. Diablo 3, I think I put like 60 hours into in a week and then traded it in.
Wow.
It's like, fucking hell, it's crazy.
I must be quite restrained because my like most played game on Switch must be Stardew Valley, and that's like 150 hours. So
Wow, okay.
I think I'm like Andrew. I play games for 15 minutes and just move on to the next.
You're not like Andrew. No one's like Andrew. You know what he's like. He's just literally walls behind him of games that he's just bought and never played. It's terrible. But I'm starting to become him as well. I've got Resident Evil 2 in its wrapper. I've not even opened it. And the backlog I've got now is just insane. So,
Yeah.
damn that group. So stupid. Stupid. Terrible.
Bad
group.
idea.
Eamon, did you gel well with Animal Crossing, or was it your shit? Or
I did. I found it really relaxing, especially because everything at work was kind of so hectic and high pressure at the time. You come home and kick back and relax for a couple of hours at Animal Crossing, but then the backlog started creeping up, so it was time to move on. I think we had 40 or 50 other games to play, so
that's it.
I had to set it to one side.
Trying to find the time to actually do it. It's just insane, isn't it? Especially when you get kids. When you get them, as if like
That's one.
don't. Oh, noncing already on the bloody podcast. It's terrible. So moving on swiftly after that comment. So Xbox Series S leaked by a controller. I kind of wanted to raise this just because has anybody seen the new controller?
Yeah, looks like the last one.
It looks identical to the last one. Really underwhelming, I think, because there is such, presumably massive leaps from the DualShock up to the new, what's it called? Not DualSense, is it?
It's DualSense, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
But basically, I think a lot of the contingent out there are like, well, why change something that isn't broken? Because I think the Xbox One controller is pretty much widely regarded as the best controller ever.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody disagree with that, or has anybody got any other preferences?
Don't you dare.
I can't comment. I've never played an Xbox, so
Well, good luck, mate.
Switch your buttons out, just that A button.
Yeah.
It's in the wrong place.
It is in the wrong place. It's really fucking annoying. They're the only buttons I don't like on it as well. Those they're just a little bit too spongy for me. I'm like, I prefer something a bit more tactile, a bit more clicky on that button. Yeah, but the triggers are by far the best, and the buttons as well, by far the best, and the analog sticks amazing, and just the weight distribution of it as well.
The D-pad is a bit shit though, and that's kind of what I am liking about the revision for the Series X and S is they've kind of modeled it after the Elite controller.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping that's a bit nicer because for 2D games, I think it's up there with the Dreamcast for quite a shit D-pad.
Yeah, quite a shit one. Yeah. So on the story on The Verge, Microsoft is rumoured to be unveiling its second cheaper next-gen Xbox console this month, and it looks like it will definitely be called Xbox Series S. The Verge has obtained photos of Microsoft's next-gen Xbox controller in white, complete with packaging that mentions the Xbox Series S. So Twitter user Zach S, why pick someone with S in it, was able to purchase the controller today, and we've confirmed it's genuine. The new controller was sold on a resale site today, and the side of the packaging notes that the controller works with both Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S consoles. Microsoft has not unveiled officially an Xbox Series S yet, nor has the company even confirmed a white Xbox Series X controller. Well, come on, that was going to happen. That part, like, silly. I think the drama that goes with like some of these reveals at the moment, some of it's like legit kind of interesting, where it is something really new and shiny, and then people are like, oh my god, it's white. It's like, get a grip. It's going to be white. You're going to get any colour you want with an Xbox controller. Don't really care. So, Jason, when are you going to buy an Xbox?
Well, the idea has been around for a while now, so I'm still working on it.
I know that tone. Working on someone by the sounds of it, trying to get
Yep.
persuaded. Yeah, it's
Yep.
fine. Okay, so moving swiftly on. So these breaking news before, by the way. So the Series X is now coming out in November, and also notably won't come with Halo at launch. Rich, that has been pushed back now to 2021. Is that good news, do we think? They're citing, I think, COVID and keeping their families safe as a reason for it, which
Yeah,
isn't
I think
bad.
it's only ever good. I don't think there should ever be a place for a crunch for staff, and clearly, obviously, they're under more pressure now. A lot of working from home, and I don't know how much of it might be to do with some of the reception to the game as well after that reveal and how vocal people were.
Yeah.
Possibly, I'm not too sure, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm not exactly pumped for Halo, so I'm not personally disappointed it's been delayed, but I think it's a good thing.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Eamon, what are you thinking? Are you personally disappointed that you're not going to be playing a new Halo game, or you're not really asked?
No, I'm not too bothered. I mean, take as long as you need to make sure it's right. Is always the most important thing, especially with one of your top franchises. As Rich said there, maybe it could be something to do with maybe having to retexture it or reskin it after the negative reception. But it's Halo. People aren't playing for the graphics; they're playing for the online multiplayer and the great playability that it always delivers. So
Yeah.
that's really-
I was going to say on the official Halo Twitter page, it says the decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that can contribute to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343, who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. However, it's not sustainable for the well-being of our team or the overall success of the game to ship it this holiday. So I do think that release, the console release now is looking quite light on next-gen games. Now that Halo's been shifted, I think that is quite a big blow for them. I don't think that will have been made any lighter, or a decision that was made lightly, I should say.
I mean, the fact Microsoft's messaging has been quite muddled anyway, it's going to be quite bad now if their lineup's quite diluted, and it just doesn't. You don't have this defined selection of games that are exclusive for the X. It's going to, it doesn't look good. I think again, I think it makes their messaging look even more muddled. And I'm on the Microsoft side, but even I admit they've kind of fumbled it a bit.
Yeah, I'm on the side as well, and I think the part that I don't like is that it's all it's pushing people more and more to create like a console war online again, and it's just more banter that gets added to the flame, and then you see more people with like Xbox in their banner and starting to defend a certain side and a stance, and it becomes very like echo chambery, and you can just see it kind of kicking off bit by bit. And I think it's been 10 years since we had like something similar. I'm just like, I just can't be bothered with this online.
No.
The worst console war we've ever had, but it's like so pathetic and childish.
It's just the worst
and I think they're all staying, you have Sony staying in their lane with their exclusives, their IPs, and then Microsoft's based around their community, really. So they're staying in their lane. And then you've Nintendo doing their own thing, so it's like the safest console. We're not going to get a 299 moment this time around.
No, we're not.
I really would be interested to see how like older console wars would have played out if we had the internet back then. Like if we had like the N64 and PlayStation, and like it's full of fuck shit, over Twitter, just ripping on each other for a lack of anti-aliasing or some stuff like that. It'd be amazing. I'd be up for that. But...
Yeah, we've got better controller than you. What? Fucking hell! Chill out, mate.
So shit, mate.
Well, we've got batteries. My SNES doesn't have that. So yeah, I think whilst it's really disappointing, obviously, for people not to see a game that they really love on that console at launch. I am concerned for the Microsoft strategy from this, just because I think the weight of that release now is far heavier on a selected number of games that aren't necessarily going to be big, massive MVPs. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy or what tact they kind of change it around, whether or not that's reflected in the price of the console. And I think they've done very, very well now to announce some tidbit. And like I said, with that coming out in November of this year, do we think Sony will probably release later, more towards the holidays, as I think traditionally they tend to have done?
I'd guess so. I mean, I can't remember the last time we had a console launch this late into a year. I don't know.
Good point.
I think the 4 and the Xbox One was around the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. Fair enough.
I'll have a look on the PlayStation 4 release date. I feel like a hacker when I do these kind of things. I'm like, oh. So it's on the 15th of November, 2013. And then the Xbone One was the 22nd of November, 2013. So within 5 days of each other. Wow, that's harsh. So I wonder what the 360 was. So let's have a little look very quickly. So 360 was 22nd November 2005, and the PS3 release date was 11th of November 2006. So that was a big jump. That was a big.
I'm
big
talking out my
difference.
arse then. So
No.
every console launch was late in the year. It's like Dreamcast October. It's like Xbox. The original Xbox was also October, I believe.
Could have been warm. Could have been warm. Might have been confused. You never know, mate. Never know. Speaking of confused, and there's no fucker else to speak about this now because my fucking bastard's not even on the podcast. Ben, God's sake, prick.
On holiday.
Hey, you go to Scotland.
Oh no, yeah. Who'd want to live there?
They got one shop.
You've only got one shop. You've only got one shop. You've only got one shop. One shop. Anyway, Spider-Man is stuck to Sony, and does anybody really care about this at all?
This game's
No,
gonna be shit.
not really.
It's going to be awful.
It looks terrible. It's a bunch of Ken dolls running around in Marvel cosplay. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
And it's got Virgin Media branding as well. It's like, what the fuck? Sorry, it's terrible.
As soon as they didn't have the looks of the characters from the films, I think that just said everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, the voice acting's fantastic, and I think the graphical fidelity of the game will be really cool, but it's just going to be a boring kind of paint by numbers. Some of the early previews are already saying the multiplayer is really just bang average. There's no point to it. It's like you are these fucking amazing, powerful Avengers, and you've just got to go and capture the flag, or you've got to go and like hold an area, or you got. It's really, really bad. And whilst I think games like Spider-Man did really, really well on the PlayStation, because it was this kind of. I always say about games doubling down on like what type of game it is, but you know it was everything. It was quintessential Spider-Man. Whereas this Avengers game just seems like Crystal Dynamics have gone, let's just slap any old trope on this and then just try and make some average game out of it. So it's just a walking kind of, it doesn't look great. But Spider-Man's in it, and apparently Crystal Dynamics haven't learned from the Tomb Raider exclusivity deal that they did with Xbox a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember what game it came out at the same time as well, because it was literally a clusterfuck for them. What one was it? Which Tomb Raider was it? Do you remember?
I think that was. I think that was. Was that Shadow or was it Rise? It wasn't the first one, obviously.
I think it was the second one.
I'm sure it came
I think
out.
I think it was Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, you're right, Jason.
And I was gutted because I had PlayStation and I had to wait a year.
Me too.
Yeah, it was Rise of the Tomb Raider. So Rise of the. So what month was that? That was in.
It wasn't like God of War that came out at the same time.
I'm
was
sure it was. You know.
I think it was God of War.
God of War release date. Yeah, it's 20th of April 2018.
Yeah, that rings a bell now.
Yeah, it was the same. Yeah.
Yeesh.
And it just tanked it. Absolutely tanked it. And I think even then when it came to PlayStation... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk out my arse there because I don't know the numbers, but I don't think it did as well as it could have. So, and that was a really great game as well, Rise. Brilliant. But yeah, does anybody really care other than that? No.
No, not really. Not surprised really either. It's Sony and Spider-Man, so...
It's probably one of those games that I'll see it in sale for like £6 in 3 years and go, all right, go on, I'll try it. I do an Andrew.
I was going to say, just wait for Andrew to post on the group.
That's it, yeah. No, he's even worse. He'll be doing it on launch day, going like, I've got the special edition. He won't have told anyone. He'll be like, you could buy it for £240, and I'll fucking buy it. No, what am I? Should we jib off the news and just go into the sweet releases? Should we do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, go on, let's
why
do
not?
it.
Let's do it. Where's the cat?
Sweet releases.
There we go. Sweet releases. We haven't done that in a while. That's quite nice. So want to talk about, I have 4 games that I think look really, really cool. First one, it's a new release on PC, and it is Horizon Zero Dawn, which is absolutely gorgeous game. It is technically a PlayStation exclusive because it's by Guerrilla, who are one of the Sony studios. Has anyone ever played this? It came out around about the same time as Breath of the Wild.
I have not. No, I can't. I do want to. It does look fantastic, but I've not ever picked it up.
Come on, Jason, you've got to have played this.
I have indeed played this game.
And did you enjoy this game?
For what I played of it, yes. I think I only played a couple of hours, to be fair, and then life just went, no, you're not going to have time for that, so move along, and never went back to it, unfortunately.
See, I was going to say it's probably going to get Rich's emotional kind of side going, because it is really, really cool. Story's awesome in it. And I think the connection, it's got some classic kind of like tropes, but my God, it's a stunning looking game. I think what kind of ruined it for me, Jason, was I played Breath of the Wild first and then went into this, and I was just like, I think like most people, Breath of the Wild kind of ruins open games for you for a while.
Yep.
That's why I'm really tentative to jump into Ghost of Tsushima, because Tsushima. Tsushima. Just thank you. Just because it's an open world game, and it's got those kind of same tropes, but you're not climbing up things like you are in Breath of the Wild. But I found it tough to get into for a while. I never finished the game, but I think I played it for like 30 hours in the end, and it was absolutely addictive. The bow is brilliant. The weight of the game is fantastic. The mechanics behind it and the leveling up of the characters are fantastic as well. Just in terms of the polish, how Guerrilla went from what was the first person shoot that they made prior to this?
Oh, was it Red? Was it
Killzone?
Red Faction?
Was it Red Faction? Killzone. Yeah.
Killzone, yeah, you're right.
To go from Killzone to making this, just insane. And to go from like Killzone was a wonderful looking AAA game, but really not a patch on this compared to the caliber of it. But I'm actually probably going to pick it up on PlayStation, PC, just because I'm wanting to play it again. But the novelty of having it on a superpowered PC sounds better to me than playing it on a PlayStation. So quite excited. Another game that I'm quite excited by is Yakuza Kiwami on the on PC, Xbox, and PS4. Rich, now have you ever played a Yakuza game?
I have. I've been playing Kiwami, and also was it Kiwami 2, the follow up? And I'm actually currently playing Yakuza Zero as well.
Okay. So, do you know where this one falls in the?
No, I've been playing it casually. That I've not really got into the whole timeline. I'm just kind of been playing it simply because it is like the spiritual successor to Shenmue. So I was just all about that. Very excited about that. But yeah, I've been jumping between the games on because obviously they're all on Game Pass now, so I'm quite spoiled for choice. But I'm actually just kind of waiting for Yakuza 6 to come out on Game Pass because it's got a bunch of New Japan wrestlers in it, which I'm super excited about. But that's been stuck on the PlayStation 4 for the last couple of years, and it isn't currently on Xbox. So, but yeah, they are really, really cool games. I mean, I like the time period they're set in. Combat's a bit bonkers. It's definitely a lot more wild than Shenmue. It's a lot more over the top, and it's bizarre. It's a bizarre series, but I like what I've played. Again, I've not played enough to really form a proper opinion, but yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
Anybody else jumped into Yakuza at all?
I haven't, but I keep eyeing it up on Game Pass. But what's put me off is I don't know if there's a continuation of a storyline or a particular order you have to play them in, or can you just pick one and go for it?
Good point.
What would you think?
I mean, which one's the best one now? 'Cause another one that's just come out on Game Pass, they say is the best one. I wonder if that is Yakuza. I think it might be Yakuza Zero is the best one. I know Mark said the other day on the chat, or was it Steve? I think it was Steve who said that.
Same person anyway.
They look the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
But yeah, no, I think it might be Yakuza Zero. Just the combat's better, I think, and the storyline's a bit better. Because I know the Kiwami ones, they're kind of like almost... Are they kind of like most reboots or reimaginings of other games. I'm not too sure. I
Not
might be
sh-
completely wrong, but
Not 100% sure. Betty Swallocks in the chat, aka Oddman84, said start with Zero.
there you
So
go.
there we go.
I'll get
That's from the horse's mouth, quite literally. Not literally horse. He is a person. Yeah, so another game that I have been having an awful lot of fun with that came out recently, and it's free, and we're going to get to why it's free in a moment, is Fall Guys, and that's over on the PS4. I've been desperate for you fuckers to pick this game up. None of you will play this with me. You're all just, oh, no, I'm going to play this. No, I'm going to sit here and play my Yakuza game. I'm going to... This is so much fun, and this is right up our street. So imagine it's a knockout crossed with total wipeout, crossed with weird like little anime creatures which are just like running around everywhere. It is funny as hell. I'm showing on the screen at the moment. So Hit Parade, there's like maybe I think there's like 7 or 8 different kind of courses. You're up against 60 people to begin with, and the whole point is that you kind of get knocked down all the way through until you're kind of left at the end holding the crown. It is super, super fun. Have any of you jumped into this yet, or had a little look at streams or anything?
I can't like go 5 seconds on my Twitter without seeing tweets about it, whether it's from brands like KFC Gaming or whatever. It's everywhere. I need to pick it up. I'm assuming it's on Xbox, right?
I think you can't get it on Xbox yet.
Shit.
I know. You can only get it on
Does it-
Steam and PS4.
Because it does look up my street. I mean, the moment I saw it, I did have those it's a knockout vibes big time.
It's just it's so much fun, and basically I think you've only got 3 buttons, so you can jump, and when you're jumping you can do a dive. So like dive forward maybe like an extra centimeter or so based on what's on screen, and then you've also got I think it's the R2 button, and that just holds on to something or someone. It's just really fun. So you'd be like running towards the finish line and you just hold R2 and hold on to a person. There's other like emote kind of keys as well on the D-pad, but yeah, there's the different stages that you've done. So the one that you've just looked on there is Hit List or whatever it's called, where you basically got to do an obstacle course and get to the end, and there's like slime and things that knock you over. There's other ones where you've got to like on the big screen it'll come up with like a cherry or a mango or something. You've got to remember which panel on the floor that was, go to that, stand on it, make sure, and then it's just a massive rush of like 50 people coming towards you on this thing. The hexagon one is really, really cool. Whirligig, that's just come up on there, but the hexagon's basically got to run around giant hexagons, like 6 layers, but whenever you step on a tile it disappears, so it's loads of people tactically trying to run around it, and then like you're running it to get it. It's really, really fun. Usually I hate these type of games. And then the Whirligig, which is basically just loads of shit like swinging around like total wipeout and trying to knock you off. And if you do get knocked off at any point, then you've got to kind of go back to the start or go back to a recent checkpoint. So there's loads of really cool games on it. Probably too many to mention. All I would say is if you have got PlayStation Plus, you can pick this up for free. Even if you haven't got time to play it. And I'd also kind of say if you haven't got friends to play it with, this is just a super, super fun game to have a little bit of time with. Especially if you only got like half an hour to go and kill time.
I mean, does it actually like play nicely, or is it got that kind of really erratic, messy kind of like goat simulator feel to it, where it's just like shit's flying everywhere and it doesn't really have any real feeling of control?
So,
because I know, yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say it doesn't control brilliantly well, but it's tactile enough that you're not falling all the time, and like there is an element of skill to it, if that makes sense. So you can be really good at this game, I think.
Cool.
As long as you do it in the right way. But yeah, I was playing it on, and I'll kind of get to this in a minute, but I was playing it over PlayStation, what's it called? PS remote play. So I was playing it on my Mac upstairs, and the computer's down, the PS4's downstairs, and even with a little bit of lag, I was like still finding myself doing quite well. So
Cool.
yeah, it's easy enough to play. But Jason, you're not getting this, mate? You're not going to come and challenge me to try and take the crown, or?
It is downloaded. It's ready to go.
There we go.
So I'm just waiting for an invite.
Well, there we go. Literally want anyone in the chat, if you want to play this game, I will literally play after this bloody podcast, and I will play you, and we will run around like mad people. It's a wonderful game. So finally, I just wanted to highlight a game over on Switch That's coming out soon. I'm just going to try and find it over on the YouTube, and it is called Nowhere Profit. And the reason I like this, it looked very like Slay the Spire. So let me just have a little look. Nowhere Profit. There we go. Getting up the stream for the people that are listening to us at home. Hello, people at home. It's been a while since we verbally held hands. So I'm kind of watching it now. I'm going to switch over to the YouTube. There we go. So Nowhere Profit on it's on Switch, and it's coming out soon. I don't know the exact date. So let me go to this page. So you probably see it coming on the screen. So basically what it is kind of like Slay the Spire and Monster Train. It looks really, really cool. Graphically, it's not especially the best thing to look at in the world, but it's a roguelike deck builder, where you are kind of setting up your deck and then playing it a certain way. I just thought it'd be quite nice to actually talk about a Switch game that's coming out, just because we haven't really done that in a while. And there isn't.
The last time I played it.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played mine. Really, really bad. But this is probably a Ben game, I reckon. Oh no, Andrew's actually saying in the chat, this looks like a me game. And Scumdeath said, yes, Danny, if that is you accepting playing on Fall Guys, then go and add me. I will put my PSN ID in the chat. You motherfuckers can come and add me, and I will challenge you to Fall Guys after this game. But this looks pretty, and mechanically, Nowhere Profit. This is on GameCritics.com. Mechanically, Nowhere Profit starts to play with one characters and a small number of followers. The goal is to travel through a series of maps and reach the vault at the end. Each map is dotted with various locations connected by multiple routes, and as they travel, the players encounter numerous situations that require either combat or narrative decision making. It continues to say the deck building combat is superb. When battles occur, the main character has a life bar and slots for equipment, so guns, shielding, drones, and more, and they're placed on the left side of the screen. Adversaries are on the right, and the middle section is a battlefield divided into slots where cards or followers go. So again, Slay the Spire fans, if you're looking for something to scratch that itch, this looks like a pretty little game that is coming out very, very soon. I haven't got the date in front of me. So there you go.
Sounds like a metal album.
It does, doesn't it? I know.
Nowhere Profit.
Nowhere Profit.
And it looks quite simple, really, on the outside, doesn't it? But I assume it's quite more involved inside, by the looks of things.
Yeah,
I do quite like it. It looks quite pretty, really, even though it's quite simple.
I think so. Yeah, I think even just any sort of deck building game at the moment's kind of tickling my fancy. I've been playing a bit Hearthstone recently again, and just kind of like that card aesthetic. I'm just really, really digging, and I think if there's anything with a bit of complexity to it as well, which hopefully this game has got, that tends to be a bit of a perfect combination for me. So, and then you throw in like the roguelike element to it. So yeah, I think it's seemed pretty accomplished. It seems to be scoring quite high, like mid-80s on a lot of the reviews. So I might actually pick it up, as long as it's not Switch taxed to fuck, and it costs like 40 quid or something stupid. Andrew's gone, so everybody say bye to Andrew. Bye, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
Go on, Betty Swallocks. So moving on to pick up and play is the section that we're going to talk about the games that we're playing, and I've got a nice little stinger for this. So here we go. Rich, what the fuck have you been playing? Straight in.
Ooh, yeah, straight in. As of last night, I started playing Skate 3 for the first time, which is the very first time I played that series. Fucking fantastic. My God. Like, I never thought I'd say it, but it makes Tony Hawk look like shit. Amazing. The controls. I was aware of the control system of this game. Obviously, people said about how you use both sticks, and you basically the right stick basically manipulates the board, how you rotate the boards, how you basically, yeah, the right stick is essentially your feet. And I thought that sounded like it's just going to be a recipe for disaster. It feels phenomenal. I'm still only about maybe 20 minutes into the game, so I'm still kind of like literally kind of finding my feet, I guess. But yeah, when she starts to land ollies and kick flips, it just feels insanely good. It's so satisfying. So I'm looking forward to playing that game some more. Amazing intro as well. It's one massively long live action skit that kind of plays a bit like you used to get like the Spike Jonze directed like Jackass and CKY skits back in the day.
Yeah.
It's got a load of skateboarders in it, and they're just basically playing these roles, and it's done for laughs. It's like a massive long comedy sketch, and yeah, it's just straight away that game had me, and it just plays amazing, and I cannot wait to pick it up again. And I'm looking forward to Skate 4, which I do believe they've teased now. So
Yeah, they have. It looks good. I mean, what console did this come out on? Is it
This is on 360, but it's on
Really?
Game Pass.
bloody
So,
hell?
and it still looks great. Yeah, it just cannot. You just need to play it. It is awesome.
So like
Absolutely awesome.
anything with skating games, and I think the reason I mean, I had a 360, but I was put off by this was I didn't like the idea of the two sticks playing a factor like you just said there. Like the controls just seemed a little bit off.
Seriously, it works.
Does it? Oh, that's so
It
strange.
works.
That's so
Kind of like
weird.
we used to have some of the like the UFC and like the Fight Night games where you use the right stick
okay.
to
Yeah,
curve
yeah.
the punch and to do like the hook or the uppercut. Works the same way, and how you rotate the board and flip the board. Love it. I absolutely love it.
I mean, and in terms of soundtrack, just because that is what I think we've always spoken about Tony Hawk's as being like superior, but is soundtrack sound or is it its own music or?
I haven't actually picked up yet what's actually on the soundtrack, but I'm looking now because I was only playing like the training levels last night.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'll Eamon, Jason, any ever played this game before, or any temptation to pick it up on
Jeez.
Game Pass with the unlimited games that you can?
Kind of holding out for Tony Hawk's
Yeah,
to get my skating fix. So no, I haven't
I'm very excited by
had a
that.
crack at it.
When's that coming out, by the way? Has it actually got a release date yet?
September, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, didn't know it was that soon.
September 4th, I believe. I think.
I'd be very excited.
Not far.
No, have you got like a fond memory of skating games from when you were younger? At all?
Just the Tony Hawk's 2 in particular, I think.
Mhm.
Just playing against the brother, the old sibling rivalry going,
Yeah,
trying to get the highest score.
trying to remember the
Playing Donkey.
playing donkey. Yeah, oh god, yeah. What was the name of the where he does like the Christ pose? And I was just like, that is the best trick ever. He like picks up the board and he's got the board and he's just basically doing like the crucifix symbol. It's absolutely brilliant. I'll have to find it now. I remember it's left, right, circle. I remember on the actual controller. I know, that's memory. Jason, any fond memories of skating games? Tickle your fancy, or you're more of a BMXer?
No. Tony Hawk's was I was a massive fan of it with mostly on the Dreamcast.
Mhm.
That's where I used to play it mostly. I loved the Tony Hawk's, but never really went in for the skates because I probably thought it probably wasn't as good as Tony Hawk's, or hearing about the control scheme probably put me off even more.
Yeah.
But it was always such a good feeling in it when you could pull off that magical like move in Tony Hawk's, and I haven't played one since, so I'm quite looking forward to maybe getting back into it a little bit more.
It's got a really good multiplayer. I think Tony Hawk's 4 was a bit of a fucking nightmare. If I remember rightly, it really reviewed poorly. It was just quintessentially broken. The game was just awful. So hopefully they're not putting any similar mechanics into the new one. I think that'll be a day one purchase for me, especially if it is reviews well. So I'm excited. Anything else, Rich? Playing anything else?
Well, first of all, the soundtrack's actually quite varied. Actually, you've got a few good stuff, a few good things on there. You've got like 3 Inches of Blood, which is a band I love.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
metal.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys. Am I going through this now? Joy Division, Mazarin, Mobb Deep, Pixies, Steel Panther. That's shit. Misfits. Yeah, nice. Them Crooked Vultures. Yeah, it's pretty good. Kanye West is in it. Fair enough.
Can't comment on Kanye anymore. It's not allowed.
You can't.
It went the other way, didn't it? It went, oh, fucking Kanye. Now it's like,
Yeah.
Kanye, calm down, Kanye.
good.
Not good. Poor guy. Some good bands on there. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Scum Death said, roll on September 4th. Tony Hawk's games rule. Day one purchase for me. Completely agree with you, mate. And then Carl said Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Get out the chat, Carl. Stop it. Suggesting shit games. Awful.
I'm just hoping this 1 and 2 remake is better than number 4, which was just an absolute turd.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, it was really bad.
Really, we'll see. Don't know.
Yeah, nobody pulled the punches with that review either. I think it got absolutely slated.
What made it so bad?
I think it was just graphically awful, and then on top of that,
cell shaded, wasn't it?
yeah,
Kind of.
the mechanics were just fucked as well. So it was really bad.
Wow, they must have really rushed that one out then.
I just think it was sadly a bit of a decline, isn't there, with certain Activision games. So, and throwing that IP out to other people probably wasn't the most sensible idea. But hey ho. Anything else, Rich? Playing?
I've on the other end of the spectrum. I've been playing on the Dreamcast Tokyo Bus Guide.
What?
Which is, it's a bus driving simulator, and it is amazing. Yeah, it's incredibly relaxing. I'm incredibly shit at it.
I genuinely no idea what to say to you at some points. Whenever is he frozen? Oh, you're frozen. Then you came back. No idea what to say. Yeah, I think it might be me. No idea what to say to you about these kind of games. Sometimes when you're making me share, like search for them over on YouTube. It's made by Success. Not right?
Yes.
45 Co-Limited.
Yes. Yes, I believe.
Christ,
Yes.
look at this game. Oh my god.
But yeah, you have to basically abide by all the Japanese traffic laws. Everything, you have to consider everything. So indicating at junctions, you have to actually open and close the doors at each bus stop. You have to abide by the timetable, so you have to be on time. This is Japan after all, so they actually take pride in being on time. If it was like, Medway Bus Guide set over here, it would just be like, oh, you're 17 minutes late, grade A, fine, no problem. But in Japan, obviously, it's strict. So, and yeah, like I said, I've not got out of the depot yet. I've left the first stop, and I've game over straight away because I've run a red light or I've hit a car. It's fucking amazing. Seriously, it's really good. It's actually really relaxing.
I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah,
I can, but
coming to GDMU.
No, right? Yep.
I think I can see the pull of these kind of sim games. I really can, because I remember I used to absolutely love Flight Simulator, and I would like literally do a flight from the UK to France and sit there for an hour and a half and do it in real time and not speed it up at all. Just because it was so relaxing. And this was back when I was like 10 or whatever I was playing Flight Simulator. My parents must have absolutely had kittens over my my mental well-being at that age. But I can see why it is relaxing. It actually looks really... graphically, it's fine.
It doesn't help the relaxing nature of it because it's an import. So the whole fucking game's in kanji. It's just like words on the screen. I'm like, am I doing well? Am I doing bad? I don't know. So I'm just kind of winging it and hoping for the best. And so far, I've been absolutely shit, but I'm enjoying it. It's very nice and very chilled.
Are you like holding your phone for Google Translate onto the screen so you can?
I've tried that and it was awful.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I tried it with the title screens and it just does not work. Yeah.
Oh, that was my idea. That's gone down the toilet then.
Honestly, this one's bad. Apparently this one's actually dual language. It's got Japanese and Spanish, which I'm like fine, whatever.
It doesn't matter, does it?
No. But of all the two languages you slam together in a game, it's them two. I don't know why, but most of the menus are actually in English, so it's actually not too bad.
Helpful.
Yeah, it works, but I like it. It's good.
This is like going to be the first game I load up.
Yeah. Jason's got a GDMU coming his way very soon, so
I'm very excited.
I genuinely thought it was something Emu. I didn't know what you were on about for a while, and then I actually Googled, and I was like, right, I need to actually make an effort here and understand what the guys are chatting about in the group. And then
this thing's amazing.
Yes.
So good.
Well, the couple of the places in Liverpool where they've got like arcade bars now, I think their Dreamcast must have the same thing, because basically all the games are just loaded up onto it, and you just start playing whatever you want.
Most likely.
So prepared for when everyone comes over here for a nice little knees up. Eamon, what are you playing at the moment, mate? What's keeping you up at night? Don't answer that. What are you playing at the moment?
I've been dividing my time between my Switch and trying to get a bit of Xbox One time.
Ooh.
I've been playing a bit of Arkham Knight.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Which
Fuck that
was
Batmobile. It's fine.
really.
Fuck the Batmobile shit.
Fuck it. Yeah.
But I'm kind of into it a bit more now. It took me a good while to really get into it. I don't know why, because I loved Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and it's more of the same really, but just some of the gameplay mechanics and that fucking Batmobile. So
There is just
why does it strafe? Why?
I know, yeah. There is just something not quite the same about the game as well. It's really polish is amazing. Like looking at it now graphically, it's fucking brilliant for what is this, like a 5-year-old game. But yeah, for Rocksteady, isn't it? Did an amazing job. Even the combat was improved. Like the different bat weapons you could get were far more adapted than previous games. Like it had everything that you kind of wanted, but yeah, something just about it just didn't click. I don't know if it was because the city was too sprawling. I don't know. I can't figure it out. It's really weird.
And I love that game.
Oh, you loved it?
On the Batmobile. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, well, all the Batman games, just soak them all up. They were just amazing.
Well, the first
The
two.
voice acting's incredible, I have to say. That's what keeps taking me back into it. It's just the voice acting's.
What's the name of the guy that plays Batman?
Well, Kevin Conroy.
That's it. And it's Mark Hamill, I think, that plays the Joker. Yeah,
it is indeed.
Because the Joker's, spoilers, dead in this one, isn't he? I think it's his corpse or something that you see at the start because you killed him at the end of the second film. Well, allegedly. Leave it there. What else were you playing over on the Switch, Eamon?
Nine O'Cooney.
Okay. And how are you finding that?
About 15 hours or so in now. I'm loving it. It's such a chill game. I think spiritually it's very close to Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crossover. A lot of it reminds me of Final Fantasy 9, but just a lovely little game just to chill out and play in the evenings. So I've just got myself a cauldron.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at.
See, Eamon's just throwing shade here at you, Jason, because you've never played Final Fantasy 9 or any Final Fantasy games.
Any Final Fantasy game, no.
And Eamon's just throwing in, our JRPGs left, right, and centre here. So
it's a shame. I mean, the aesthetics of Ni no Kuni are amazing, and it really appeals to me. I love the Studio Ghibli films.
Yeah.
Some of the best films I've ever watched.
Agreed.
And seeing it coming out, and I was very excited. But yeah, just being quite a big JRPG kind of put me off. So I was quite sad about that.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first kind of JRPGs that I think I got like 30 hours into it, and I just lost my steam. It was when I was playing it on the PS3, and I've still got it on the Switch. I was going to trade it in, but I kept it. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I might still trade it in because you can get the enhanced edition for the PlayStation 4, where it is graphically more impressive. So, but it is a stunning game. Even on the Switch, when I played it and streamed it once because I was tired, I still thought at that point it's incredible looking. The voice acting's incredible. Like you said, the art style and direction, because Studio 5 took so much advice and help from Studio Ghibli. Like you can see it just resonates in every aspect of it. So I'm kind of excited to jump into it again. One thing I really, really don't like in these games, and as I can see Drippy talking, I'm just sick of regional accents from the UK in games. Like full stop. It put me off Xenoblade 2. It put me off this. It put me off Xenoblade. Just any JRPG basically with a regional accent in it. It's just like, yeah, why put someone from the West Yorkshire into a game and then just have them speak as if they're just in West Yorkshire? I don't get it. It's weird. Eamon, anything else before we move on?
That's it. Well, I took a Sunday afternoon and played through What Remains of Edith Finch.
Ooh, now you're talking.
Which is it's about 2 hours long, is it? You can do it in one sitting anyway. But it's just really interesting. And there's all those little stories that you dive into, and all the different kind of ways they play around with the gameplay, especially the last one on the cannery or the fish factory. It's really interesting, really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
So that was a great experience. Highly recommend picking that up.
I think that's just Rich and I could probably talk about that for an entire podcast. But the game itself is just absolutely wonderful, heartbreaking, really, really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I think I'm just even looking at a section now and watching a streamer do it on our watch part and knowing the section, I'm going to turn it off because if you haven't played that game, I think there's What Remains of Edith Finch, Gone Home, and Firewatch.
Yeah, I think of the three, I think maybe Edith Finch got me the least.
Yeah, I
still
agree.
loved it.
Yeah,
but Gone Home got me the most, definitely.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, crying on the train.
Yeah, I was very. I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised with Gone Home. Just it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it for people. It is like a 10-year-old game, but because the aesthetics so atypical, like horror films, you go into it expecting something, and whether that expectation happens or not, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but the pull of that game is just incredible. Even thinking about it now is making me feel weird and fuzzy. And yeah, in the chat, Scumdeath just said I'm halfway through Edith Finch. Terrible phrasing. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't played Firewatch, Scumdeath, then definitely go and play that as well. And 100%. Have you ever played what? Can't cope. Looking at Richard's face. Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. Have you ever played that game?
I haven't. No, I've been meaning to.
Yeah, if you get the opportunity to play that as well, you'll really like it. And the fact it's set in like a rural British town is really good, and that's where like a regional accent actually fits quite well because it is actually meant for that area. So.
You're speaking Japanese then. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's an American guy right in the middle of it. But yeah, Edith Finch, man, what a game! Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much, Eamon. Jason, what you cracking with at the moment? What you playing?
Well, I think you've pretty much covered the game I'm playing mostly at the moment. So the last episode or two, and that was Paper Mario.
Oh, what are your thoughts of it? Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying exploring the world. Really good story. Love the comedy. Really well written. I feel pretty much what Laurie said last week and on the special episode you guys did. Yeah, again, I agree with the battles. It feels like there's just no need for them, so they get in my way. I enjoy the boss battles; they're quite entertaining and challenging. But just the battles that you when you're exploring, just gets in my way, and I just want to get them over as quickly as possible, so I can just carry on exploring, really, and carrying on with the story.
Yeah, I get that. I think is it as easy to avoid the battles as people have been saying?
It can be. Obviously, as you get through the game, you get more health, and then you get stronger. So then you can start jumping on top of Goombas and other enemies on the actual map of the game, and then you avoid the whole battle thing. And then sometimes you see them and they're running towards you, and you just turn around and run away really quickly, just hoping that they, just go, oh, I can't be asked anymore. Just going to go back to where I was staring at this tree. It's possible, yeah. And then sometimes the bastards just come out of nowhere and get you, and you're like, shit.
Like the bastards.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking.
Damn it.
Yeah, doing it again.
Yeah.
I know it looks really pretty, and I am tempted by it just from the humor side of it, and the writing just seemed fantastic in it.
Yeah, it's probably one of the games I've laughed at the most, and rolled my eyes at most too. So be prepared for some of those jokes.
Okay, right. Okay, prepared for that then. I'll probably. I was going to say wait for it to go down in price, and I remembered it's a Nintendo game, so we'll see.
Well, it's possible. I mean, they've done it before. 30% off. It's.
You never know. You never know. Is that the main game you've been playing over the last week or so?
Yeah. Dipping into Celeste again.
Oh, okay. I've been tempted to not pick that up, but play that again. That's an absolutely brilliant game.
Yeah, I picked it up. It was in the sale. It was dirt cheap. Heard so much good stuff about it. So I thought I'd give it a go. I knew it was quite a hard platforming game, so it could put me off a little bit. But I thought as it was so cheap, it's worth a punt. So downloaded it, got on with it straight away, and I just wanted to carry on going and carry on just trying to achieve the obstacles that they put in the way. And then I completed it. My two boys, they absolutely loved it as well. They saw me play it, and they're like, "Yeah, I've got to have a go at that." So they both completed it as well. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
That they did that. And then I put it down, didn't play for it for a while, and then I learned about the DLC.
Yeah, I forgot about the DLC, to be honest.
Yeah. So I found out about how you access that DLC, and you've got to do Chapter 8, which I hadn't even touched.
Right. Okay.
Because you need these blue heart crystals to unlock the gate that's in your way to access this chapter. So you've got to complete Chapter 8 to obviously get to Chapter 9, which is the DLC. So now I'm just dipping in every now and again, just trying to get Chapter 8 done, so I can experience another 100 levels of pain.
I've seen some of the DLC. It does look absolutely ridiculous as well, and I could talk about Celeste for a very long time. It was, possibly my game of the year when it came out, or one of them. But one of the main mechanics for me is how quick it is to restart a level or a screen. I know like quite a few other games like Super Meat Boy set a precedent for it, but I just feel like as a game, the polish that was involved in actually doing that was really well received.
Because if you had to wait even 5 seconds between deaths, you would have gone, whatever.
Fuck it, I'm not playing this anymore. Yeah, completely. And it was... Go on, Rich.
No, I was going to say, it never once like pissed me off or rattled me, and I liked how it actually kind of tied into the message of the game, the whole kind of like willing you on, like with her mental health. It was like pushing you forward more and more and more to just try again and try again, instead of like, punishing you. It was actually almost kind of motivational. So
I think the part that kind of resonated with me as well is I showed this to the missus and I was like, oh, it's about mental health, and she was looking at the game going, this is about mental health. I was like, yeah, it's about mental health. She was like, are you having a laugh? Like, genuinely, this is what storytelling is in whatever year it came out. It was like, no, it really is, and it's probably one of the few games that communicated that struggle as well as it did. I'm struggling to think of any game that's actually done better than it from a mental health perspective. I don't know.
Hellblade is kind of
good point.
I think Hellblade I never found like hard or quite emotional. It was draining in the sense of it was just tiring, the ordeal she was going through, where I find a game like Celeste definitely dealt with it in a more, not poetic, but it was more emotionally driven, where I found like Hellblade was just like, this is what it's like, and fuck you. And it was just like,
deal with it.
Yeah, it was just a challenge. It was just but I think Celeste definitely is the benchmark.
Absolutely.
And it kind of proved to me that I could play the harder games. It showed that actually I do have that kind of skill to play these. So now I'm a bit more open to things like the Messenger, which I believe is on the same kind of level in difficulty. So in that sense as well, it opened up a little bit more for me too.
Yeah, I'm tempted by the Messenger. It's something I've looked at a couple of times and thought I might jump into it, but same to yourself, I might jump into the DLC now for Celeste. I've kind of been reminded about it, and then see how I get on and fare on a stream, one stream. So that seems to be the precedent I set at the moment for any games. Cool. Well, that is the pick up and play section. So we're very quickly going to go into sub or snub. And I said that slowly because I couldn't find the button. There we go. Sub or snub. Ends really abruptly, and it's just Andrew's face looking at us. So, and he's left now, so we could say whatever we wanted about Andrew's face. It's lovely. It's a lovely face. So snub or snub, we're going to talk about the PS Plus and the Xbox Gold offerings for the month. So if you were to go in sub to that service, basically which free games you're going to get this month if you were to go over to those consoles and download those games. So I'm going to talk them through with you all, and at the end I'm just going to simply ask, between the four of us, are we going to sub or snub to either PS Plus or Xbox Gold? Easy.
Easy peasy.
Easy. That's how easy it's got to be. It's probably going to make it far more complicated here. So, Eamon, PS Plus or Xbox Gold first? Which one? Which one do you want to go through first?
Hit me up with Xbox.
Oh, he's going to go with an Xbox. I'll have a concert at Carol. So on Xbox Gold, first game, Portal Knights.
Meh.
Yeah. Next one, Override, Mech City Brawl.
Got a colon in it.
Yeah, it's got a colon in it. Next one, MX Unleashed.
Bikes.
Is that a bike game?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I think so.
I love that. I love that Lewis has used the Wikipedia pages for all these games. Like, who does that? Who uses
Why
a
not?
Wikipedia page? What an absolute nutter. Could be anything on there. And the final one, genuinely brilliant game at the time, Red Faction 2.
Okay.
I did like Red Faction
Yeah.
games. They were really
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was tempted to get, is it Gorilla that came out? Red Faction.
Yes.
Yeah, I was tempted by that. Okay, so PlayStation games for the month. If you were to go and spend your hard-earned money. First one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good game. And the second one is, and the last, I should say, is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. So you can go and get basically Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and Fall Guys.
Easy choice.
Easy
Yeah.
choice.
Hands
So,
down.
yeah,
Yep.
hands down, easiest. I think it's sub or snub we're ever going to go through is PS Plus. I think it's probably one
Definitely.
that. Eamon, do you agree, mate?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree. Come on,
2 in a
Jason.
row for that.
100%. Yeah, easy. Easiest you'd ever do. Portal Knights is a good game, but just, yeah. Why are you giving that away now? If your headline for the month is an indie game, it seems a little bit silly. Red Faction 2 tempted, but again, that's like a 15-year-old game. So, very, very, very weird. Very strange.
Yeah, it's like the other month, like Microsoft put Saints Row 2 up on Games for Gold. I'm like, why? Like, why? Like, it just, I was like, fair enough, but okay. Like, but anyway, yeah, I digress.
Are you?
Do you feel the Xbox Live games offerings always a bit poorer than PlayStation?
I don't.
I
don't know. To be completely honest, what do you think, Rich?
I've not really paid them much attention because I am just so focused on Game Pass. Whereas, like when I had the 360, I was very much about Games for Gold. But
Yeah.
now I don't even really look at them. I'm focused on what I've got in my subscription, and I'm happy. So
Yeah, I go with that.
yeah,
Why wouldn't you be? And I think I kind of looked at some of the PS Plus ones. It was like, I'm kind of paying to play online here, and I'm not really playing online. And then Fall Guys came, and then I was like, all right, okay, might make sense for at least another month or two. Keep it. So we're going to move finally, chaps, over to the question block. So on the question block, I have got all of the wonderful questions ready for me over on the Discord. Rich, have you got yours as well ready?
I have indeed.
Oh, so I'm going to go first. Why not? And I'm going to go because Scum Death Bastardo has pretty much asked the majority of the questions on Discord anyway. And his first question is, what thread shall we put our questions in? So if you go over to Discord and if you go basically thecrossplayers.com/Discord, you can go into our general chat and you can find all the wonderful people in this group over on the Discord, as well as about 100 other people who are like-minded gaming fans. There are no knobheads, apart from me.
No.
And maybe Rich and Lewis and Eamon
big
and
fan.
Jason. Yeah, there's quite a few
Thank you.
knobheads.
Absolutely.
But nice knobheads. We know what we're doing. It's cool. So the first genuine question is from Shot Monkey. I'm going to aim this at Eamon first. Okay, you ready? Would you rather fight 100 toad-sized Aeriths or an Aerith-sized toad?
100 toad-sized Aeriths. Feel like I'm playing Pikmin.
Yeah, just start stamping down. Take that, you little bastard. Okay, and Jason, what's objectively the best game ever, and why is it Spyro 2 Gateway to Glimmer?
Wow. I can't agree with Spyro 2, I'm afraid.
It's okay, don't worry. It's okay. Each their own.
I'm afraid. Obviously, no surprise. Ninty fan here. Breath of the Wild. Boom. Done. In the bag.
In the bag, nice and easy. I think we could probably mostly agree with that. Rich, would you agree with that? Are you going with something absolutely mad?
In my opinion, Shimu's the best game ever made, but objectively, I'd say Mario 64.
Oh, okay.
I think everyone should. I can understand why people wouldn't want Shimu, but everyone should say Mario 64 because I think that changed the whole game. Pun
Agreed.
intended.
Yeah, and it's mad that they've only just started finding bits within the game now. That Nintendo released some source code, which is really strange, like a Luigi skin and some additional music. Ben's just instantly come into the chat there and said wrong to you. So,
Shut up.
Eamon, objectively the best game ever made.
Octopath Traveler.
Oh wow!
Wow,
I've never
that's a
played
good one.
Oh wow! Shots fired.
Comes with a free coin.
It does. I've got the coin. I've literally got the coin here.
It's the only good part, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally the best part was this coin. Thank you for that throwback, Rich. There you go.
Anytime.
That's path. And I sent the actual special edition box and everything to Ben. Who's probably got it sat somewhere and does fuck all with it because it's a shit game, Eamon. How dare you? I'd agree with Breath of the Wild for context as well. Come on, Rich, ask us a question.
Right, okay, I'm going to go with from it's going to be Scum Death Bastardo again. I've got to say his name correct. It's the beer, trust me. Scum Death Bastardo. What is the best and worst boss fight? Jason, let's go with you first.
Wow, cheers, mate.
Well done.
Best boss fight.
Best and worst.
Wow. I can't think of anyone right now. You might want to move on. Come back to me.
Okay. Eamon.
The best would be, or one of the best anyway, would be the final boss fight in Breath of the Wild. Was incredible.
Yeah.
And it included a horse. You know how I love a good horse game. Worst.
G1
boss
jockey.
fight, if we go back to Batman, perhaps the Poison Ivy fight in Arkham Asylum was pretty bad.
Sorry, Rich just pissed himself laughing at his own joke there. Highlight of my night. I would go with Kuja at the end of Final Fantasy IX for the best, and I think it goes into Necron as well, further down it. And worst, I would probably go with just any of those bullshit JRPG boss fights where you don't actually beat the thing. It just kind of like fucks off and you've got to fight it again later. I hate that. I hate any boss fight that does that to you, where it's like, oh, you just done a boss fight, and then it's like, it's not beaten. It just fucks off.
Fair
There you
enough.
go. That's my answer.
If you was to ask me, I would say I can't think of a worst one other than maybe the boss battles in like the Astral Realms and Astral Chain because they're shit. I would probably
don't tell Pete that.
say terrible game. And I would probably say the best one, and this is me being a bit more sentimental here, would be Dr. Robotnik in Green Hill Zone in Sonic 1 because it was the first boss I ever played, and that was quite a special moment for me. So yeah, Robotnik.
It's hard as well when you're running on ice.
Shut up.
Tristy B said, which modern day game could greatly benefit from paintball and Donkey Kong mode? What the fuck? I'm literally gonna fire that at Eamon just because I'm curious to think what you would say.
Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite actually will be a really, really good shout for that. Paintball mode and Donkey Kong mode. What's Donkey Kong mode?
Just being all the big heads and big arms and yeah.
Okay, of course it is. So GoldenEye, that's what we're referring to. I'm trying to think of anything here. Breath of the Wild. That'd be quite good. I like that. Come on, Rich. Next one.
Next question or my answer?
Your answer and the next question. Why
I was
not?
gonna say,
Fuck
I
it.
thought,
Double
okay.
barrel it. Let's do it.
I'd say answer would be Sniper Elite because that'd be easy to get them and it'll be with paintball instead of a bullet. So that'd be quite nice.
For everyone.
There you go. Exactly. It'd be
I'm not dead.
Sniper Elite for the kids. What was this? Is fuck's sake, Scum Death Bastardo again. What's the first
can I
game
answer
you?
that question? Sorry.
Sorry, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Statham.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I'd probably say Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good shout.
Okay.
Yeah, very good
Yeah.
shout.
I think there'll be a right laugh. Paintball and Donkey Kong in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah,
Oh, actually
I
will
can
be.
imagine that'd be.
I can imagine that's probably somewhere already in some mod on a PC. So yeah, that's a pretty good shout. I like it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Go on,
I
Rich.
like that. I was going to read. This is from Scum Death Bastardo again, and that was. I had the question. Now it's gone. Fuck's sake. What is your no? That's the wrong one. Oh, god damn it! The beer. What was the first game you ever completed? There you go. That's the one.
Ooh, good one.
Mm.
I think the first game I ever completed was Super Mario Brothers, the original. Yeah, on the NES, I think.
Jason?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think it might have been Super Mario World. Just because I didn't have the attention span before that point to actually carry on playing the game to the end.
Did you finish
But
that
yeah,
last year or?
Yeah, yesterday actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eamon?
Super Mario Land on the Game Boy.
Mario.
Oh,
God
what a
damn it.
game!
No, right?
That's amazing. Was that the Golden Coins one?
No, the first one.
Okay.
We fly in the wee plane.
Have
towards the
you
end.
have you ever gone back and played that recently?
I haven't.
No,
I
it's
certainly-
awful now.
Don't do it.
Just, no. Mario moves so fast and the screen blurs, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I just can't see anything now. So
Rich is eyeing it up as we speak on eBay. Like, oh, fine, I'll tell you about retro. Some guy over on Discord called Gamer Jason put a question and said, "So I
Right.
stole this from Twitter, but be interested to hear your opinions. If you can make a gaming Mount Rushmore, which game characters would you put on there?"
Ooh.
So should we go with one character each to make this interesting? Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's
So
fair.
Jason, you asked the question, mate. So come on, what's your first answer? Who are you putting on there? Tell us your face.
My face. It has to be Nintendo. So I will go with Link.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Any reason why you're not picking any other Nintendo character, i.e. the one with the mustache? Mustache fake, Italian fella, plumber.
Just because, although I'm a very big Nintendo fan, I love the Mario games. I have more connection to Zelda and the Zelda games in general. Always found them more appealing than the Mario games. So Zelda's always been my top Nintendo franchise for me. So Link would be a no-brainer, I think.
Okay. So I would go with Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, not 7 Remake. I'd still go for the pixelated face. The reason for that is the game meant an awful lot to me when I was younger. So I think that would be very fitting for that moment in time of when games started to become a thing. And because I was a bit of a bookworm, the comparison between a game and a book, the lines started to become quite blurred between how something could convey narrative better than a film or TV. And yeah, so I'd absolutely throw Cloud's lovely little brown, I was going to say brown hair in there, but blonde hair in there. So that's my pick. Rich pissed himself laughing. You put yourself next. Who are you picking, Rich? Come on, don't
It's
say
gonna be
Shenmue.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh.
It's gonna be Sonic. Sonic was like my childhood wrapped up in the game. It's the first game I called my own that I played, and I've always liked him more than Mario. Controversial, I know. He's an iconic character, and I know people love to rip on the games that we have nowadays. You know, the fan base is a bit freaky, but as a character, I think he's fantastic. Most successful video game movie of all time as well, so I think he deserves a place on Mount Rushmore. Yeah, Sonic, easy.
I'm surprised you didn't pick one of the Goombas in the lift in the Super Mario Brothers movie, because I think we all admit they should be on
I
the.
love that film. I don't care what anyone says.
It's a good film.
Wow.
Not
Hoskins?
even ironically, I think you took Mario and you turned it into fucking Blade Runner. I respect you, and I don't care. I generally like that film. So
People just was not ready for that film at that time.
That's the candy floss Marmite stout that he's drinking or whatever it is. It's
Exactly.
talking.
I've actually got a Bob Hoskins figure upstairs in
Have
my
you?
toy box. Yeah,
Wow.
I'll dig it out later. So I got it back in the day, and haven't got the John Leguizamo one, but maybe one day.
Was that in the bargain bin, was it, mate?
Nah, full price.
Full price, mate.
Back in '93.
93. Wow, God.
Yeah.
And come on, Eamon, round us off. Who's the final? We've already got some brown haired fella from Final Fantasy. We've got a blue little hedgehog kind of geezer, and we've got Link or Zelda. I don't know what his name is, but either way, he's on it as well. Who's the fourth? Who's making up our big mountain in
That's the
Liverpool?
big Bowser.
Boyzone.
Bowser.
Oh, Bowser.
I know they're Irish, but come on.
It's like Ronan on a mountain. Is he in a game? I don't know.
Most
We just
tenacious bad guy. Just keeps coming back.
He is tenacious, isn't he?
It deserves to be on there.
Fair play to him. I think he's taken the jilt that many times that you'd kind of assume he'd take the hint, but sadly he's not ideal. Ben has just written in the chat, Rich has a Bob Hoskins figure show title. I had the show title already in as I'm halfway through Edith Finch, because I found that more funny before, but potentially Rich has a Bob Hoskins figure is pretty good. So there we go. There's our four. We've got Bowser, we've got Sonic, we've got Cloud, Strife, and we have got Link on our mountain.
No Mario. That is controversial though.
It is. He's everywhere else though, isn't he? He's on
is.
underwear and everything. Leave him alone.
Fucking Lego, Jesus.
He's got his shit. It's fine. He doesn't need the money. He's okay. Okay, guys. So I'm going to leave it there because I think we've asked enough questions and we are ticking over onto the 1 hour 30. Eamon, I had a wonderful time with you this evening. Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
Oh, mate. Say it again like that.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
Oh, you sexy bastard. That's for all the people that actually found the tag as ASMR, whatever it's called. Is that right, Rich?
ASMR, yes.
ASMR. Cool. Jason.
Hello.
Statham, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
It was a pleasant.
No worries.
It wasn't too painful for you. It was okay.
No, I enjoyed myself.
There we go. That's cool.
Thank you very much.
Just how we roll.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolute pleasure. Rich, thank you very much, mate. That was
All right,
as
pleasure
ever,
as always.
as ever a joy to behold. Eamon, where can we find you on Twitter?
Come follow me at EP Macaulay. See me lose weight and occasionally lose my shit.
Yes, even both. Literally both of which go hand in hand with you at the moment. It could be one or the other. It could be a really inspirational video or batshit crazy. I like it. Jason, where are you on Twitter?
I am at gamerjason_. And you can also find me at the podcast Utterball.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Did not know this.
So I think you need to pop that in the on the Twitter page or link us to it so we can retweet it later for you as well, just to know where it is. And mainly because I've got no idea what that is, and I'm quite curious to now find out what it is. What is it?
It's a show that one of my oldest friends started through inspiration to listen to podcasts, and I just jumped in after like 30 or 40 episodes and been there ever since, really. And we literally just sit there and talk shit.
I like it.
Bit like
That's
us.
it.
Yeah, I like it.
There's really any video game talk, unfortunately, but we do talk about some random stuff. So my friend Liam, who's the host, he lives on the Isle of Man, so that's quite an interesting thing to learn about the island and the kind of different things that they do on there from the UK, and and me being in Essex, so it's quite a good difference, if you like.
Yeah, just a bit. It's like comparing Liverpool to Venezuela. It'd be slightly different.
Yeah. If anyone wants to listen, we're on iTunes, all good podcast services. If you want to waste a bit of your life, then please be our guest.
Well, you're going to get a couple of subs tonight, mate. So thank you very much for
Thank you very
sharing.
much.
I'm quite excited now to listen to that. And Rich, where can we find you over on the old tweets?
Oh, you can find me at Dreamcast Barber and also at Dreamcast Years and also at 3 Pricks Pod.
Hashtag buy the book. Not the 3 Hashtag buy that book. Just for the stretch goals, which still makes me giggle immaturely. And that kind of ties me quite nicely into the Patreon wall, I'm going to go down all of our wonderful patrons and thank them. Some knobhead at the top called Eamon McCauley. God, he's been at the top for a while now. Second, what was that?
I need to shift him off the top.
You don't. Believe me, you don't.
No?
He spent
Okay.
far too money on this. Absolutely awful. After that is Gamer Jason. Seems like a nice guy. Good podcast.
He's all right.
Thalassos. We got Mike Theobald. We got another prick called Richard Elsey.
Gobshite.
Giovanni Pimentel. Tristan Brooks. We've got Jamie Pennig. Sarah Perbrick. Jesper Condrup. Rebecca Rudranath. Rune Storm. Best name ever. Timothy Olf. Luke Cooper. Stephen Landry. Get on the Amazon wish list, Stephen. Come on, mate. Pavan Kakala. Alea Jones. Mark Hammond. Prick. Adam Phillips. Wonderful fella. And Dick Hazzer, who's our latest patron, and that takes us to 20 patrons. So thank you very much, guys, for all of your support. You pay for the wonderful website that we've got, which I still need to change because there's still a lot of Switch Island stuff on there. And you also fund all of the, basically.
Money at work.
Yeah, woohoo! You also fund the wonderful services that pay for our podcast streaming and hosting as well. And the occasional bit of gear for the team as well. So thank you very, very much. And I'm going to go over now to the brand new Patreon merch wall, which is something that makes me feel like a capitalist pig. So you can go onto Patreon. There are a couple of new tiers on there. They've got a $10 one where you can get a sticker eventually. There's a $25 one on there. We can get a mug, and a $35 one where you can get a hoodie that says I'm a cross player. Which, to be fair, when I've mentioned this podcast to a few people, they've said I'm a cross dresser or player, and I've been like, no, cross player. So that hoodie might be quite confusing for some people around you.
Can I just check? That's not the mug with me on it, is it?
That's not the mug with you on it, no. That's very much there for a special reason and for a different kind of future. I am going to do more.
I want to know what reason that is.
It's a weeb pillow. So guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I've really enjoyed it, and that is it. Should we wave? Should we try and wave? That's cool.
Do my best.
I'm waving.
Let's all wave. I believe you are. You could just be sat there sipping on your drink.
Yeah, I know,
Nobody
right?
would care.
Did my
Could be,
Babe Station
yeah.
special there.
I know. Yeah.
How did you know?
Night, everyone. Bye, bye.
Get waiting.
Thank you.